All right. If you come onto your back, feet separated, shoulders down away from your ears, palms facing the ceiling. Be aware of your breathing. Just simply be aware of the feeling that your breath is producing in the body. As you lie there on your back, you notice your abdomen rising and falling. You're noticing any sound in the breath. You're noticing the length of the inhale versus the exhale. You're noticing whether or not there's a pause, any place in the cycle of your breathing. And whether or not your breath is smoothly flowing in and out of the body or flowing in and out of the body in a ragged, jerky fashion. Being aware of how your body actually feels as you're making yourself aware of your breath. Is there any tightness or discomfort in the body? Make a note about the relationships, if you can, at this point, between any discomfort you have in your body, any tightness you have in your body, and how your breath is moving, or what you ate yesterday or earlier. Different variables affecting the body mind complex. As you lie there, being aware of your breath, going to do our little chant of harmony. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. If you will now, bring your legs together, your arms overhead, and stretch. Big stretch. Release the stretch as you're ready. Roll over onto your side. And as you're ready, come up to a seated position. So I want to remind you all, those who are with us live and those who will be watching this in the next few days, this is the last YouTube we're going to experiment with using Zoom, and you need to go to Inner Peace Yoga Center's website to sign up week by week to pay to have access to the link for the Zoom class that evening. It's $5 per class, and it'll be continuing week by week, but there won't be these free YouTube classes. All right? So with that, while you're in your upright position, whatever upright position you find yourself comfortably in, put one hand on your chest and one hand on your navel, and notice the motion of your hands. Again, note how the motion of your hands may be similar to or different from what you would have found when you were on your back. When you're on your back, your abdomen was rising and falling as you inhale and exhale. And when you are in upright position, is that same thing happening? Or is your abdomen now completely still and most of the motion's at the top? Just being aware of what's going on there. When you have brought things into your awareness, you can make modifications, or you can watch for changes, because as you break up tightness in your body, this also can help to produce changes in how you breathe, because we hold tension and things in our muscles. We hold tightness. We hold trauma in muscles, muscle memory. And when we do these stretches and things, those things can be released. All right. So then, with that, let's begin with some basic leg cradles. Doesn't matter which leg you start with, just do a leg. And by now, everybody knows what a leg cradle is. We're just doing a leg cradle. And then changing legs. Leg cradling. And change legs. Release, change legs. So this is the second time on each leg. I'm going to do one more time on each leg. Release, change sides. And rock the leg. Release, change sides. And release. Both legs out in front of you. Bounce your knees, rock your legs. You're going to bring your legs facing each other. Your legs facing, but your feet are not touching. Okay? Your trunk is erect. Your intention is to bend from your hips, keeping your trunk long. You're going to exhale, bend from your hips. When you can't keep your trunk long anymore, then and only then relax your shoulders down, your head down, and breathe. Next time you inhale, come on. Legs out in front of you. Bounce your knees. Rock your legs. Come into position on all fours. Going to do simple cat stretch. Simple cat stretch. So we're moving with the breath. You're exhaling, arching your back, tucking your chin. Inhaling, raising your head, lowering your trunk. So just do this motion on your own 3 times from this point, 3 times. After that 3rd time, the next time you arch your back and tuck your chin, you're going to sit back towards your heels. Excuse me. So exhale, arch your back, tuck your chin, and sit back towards your heels. And then inhale, come up, raise your head and lower your trunk. Exhale, arch your back and tuck your chin, sit back towards your heels to your capacity. Inhale, come up, raise your head, lower your trunk. Do these 2 more times on your own breathing rate. All right. Okay. So from here, we're going to continue with this variation on the theme of working on these all fours. You're going to bring your right, let's do it so you can see what I'm doing here. Bring your left thigh parallel to the floor, relatively speaking. Be mindful of your capacity. Reach back with your right hand. If you can grab your foot, grab your foot. If you can't grab your foot, just reach back there toward that foot and bring your head up. You can get your foot, head up, pull the foot away, breathe. With your exhale, knee down. Inhale, right thigh up, parallel to the floor. Reach back with your left hand, grab the foot. If you can get the foot, get the foot. If you can't, pull the foot away, top of the head toward the ceiling. Exhale and release. Let's do it again. Left thigh parallel to the floor. Reach back with the right hand. Pull the foot away, top of the head toward the ceiling. With your exhale, release. Change sides. Right thigh parallel to the floor, grab the foot. Pull the foot away, top of the head toward the ceiling. Exhale, release. That's 2 times. We're going to do one more time on each side. So your left thigh parallel to the floor, reaching back with your right hand, pulling the foot away, top of the head toward the ceiling. With your exhale, release. Bring the right thigh up. Reach back and grab the foot, pull the foot away, top of the head toward the ceiling. And with your exhale, release. So from this position, keep your hands right where they are, and then exhale, sit back towards your heels. Let your head hang down. And then coming up, okay? So I'm going to refresh your memory about this next thing I'm going to do, because it's very subtle with respect to what we're going to do, what we're doing with our neck, bottom of the sacrum. And I'm going to use my hand to exaggerate this. You want to make a movement and try and move the bottom of your tailbone to the right and to the left, like this, okay? And it won't be any big movement, okay? And this is new. If this is new, it's going to be a challenge, but that's your intention. Now with that, you're also going to be moving your head. So if I take my tailbone, the bottom of my tailbone toward the left, I also want to bring my head, keeping my nose straight down to the floor. I want to bring my head toward the left. So tailbone to the left, and then inhale and come back. And then tailbone to the right, top of the head to the right, with an exhale, and then come back. So the fascinating thing about this is that we're holding tension in places that we're not familiar, that we're holding the tension. And these little simple practices help us to become more aware of places and help to clear that congestion up, all right? So we're doing this with the breath. You're exhaling to the left, bottom of the tailbone, top of the head. Inhale, come back. Exhale to the right. Inhale, come back. Third time, exhale to the left. Inhale, come back. Exhale to the right. Inhale, come back. And again, it's not a big motion. Again, it's very subtle. And again, very challenging if this is new. So now we're going to go with the tip of the tailbone pointing toward the left and the head going to the right, all right? So be mindful, it's the opposite of what we were doing, relatively speaking. So you're going to exhale, take the bottom of your tailbone toward the left and take the top of your head toward the right, keeping your nose down toward the floor. Inhale, come back. Take the top of your head toward the left and the bottom of your tailbone toward the right. And inhale, come back. And exhale, head right, tail left. Inhale, come back. Exhale, head left, tail right. Inhale, come back. Exhale, head right, tail left. Inhale, come back. Exhale, head left, tail right. Inhale, come back. And then keep your hands right where they are. Sit back toward your heels. Let your head hang down. Then coming up. And just in case, whoever's there, if you haven't seen these before, then I'll show them to you, lying on my back with my head facing you. Got different leg positions to work on loosening up our hips. While lying on the back. So you're lying on your back. You have your hands and arms wrapped around your legs. If you can't wrap your arms around your legs like this, if your trunk is too thick or your leg is too thick, you can put your hands between your thigh and your calf and just pull your thighs towards your chest. So basically, just here and breathing through the stretch you're experiencing in your hips and in your groin. Kind of being mindful of what's going on there. Then you're going to release your hands, put your hands up close to the knee on the shins, separate your feet and your knees, and you're pulling your thighs once again down towards your chest and breathing. Be mindful of your capacity. If we reach your capacity before we change, then please put your feet on the floor and rest. Release. Okay. If you need to, put your feet down like this and just pause and assess what your hips and groin have to say about these stretches. Okay. So knees back up. So this time you're going to put your hands on the inside of your legs, hands on your shins up by your knee. And your intention is, being mindful of your capacity, to pull your thighs down on the outside of your trunk and breathe. Release. You're on the floor. Okay, so now I'm going to show you these next two. These next two are a little tricky if it's relatively new. So soles of your feet together, grab your ankles. If you can't have your feet together, then feet facing each other. If you can't grab your ankles, then grab your shins. But wherever you are, your intention is to press your forearms into your legs, moving your knees away from each other and pulling your ankles down toward your navel, and breathe. Release. Okay, put your feet on the floor. A few resting breaths here. And once again, you're going to bring your feet up and soles of the feet together. If you can't have the feet together, then again, feet apart. If you can grab your toes, you're going to grab your toes. If you can't grab your toes, then grab wherever you grabbed before and basically do the same thing you did before. If you can have your feet together and you can grab your toes, then whether you have your toes, feet together or not, your intention is to press your legs and knees away from each other and pull the tops of your feet down towards your chest and breathe. Release. And this last one's happy baby. So hands on the inside of your arches. If you can't get your hands on the inside of the arches, then you can have your shins and you're not pulling, you're just letting the weight of your hands and arms ease your thighs down on either side of your chest, no matter where your hands are, and breathe. Release. Put your feet on the floor. And with your feet on the floor, what I want you to do is bring your feet together. Bring your arms out at shoulder height. And I want you to be mindful of your capacity. I want you to drop your knees toward your left and look to the right with your head and eyes. Knees left, head and eyes right. And then inhale, come up and drop your knees to the right, head and eyes to the left. And inhale up. And knees to the left, head and eyes to the right. And inhale up. And again, knees to the right, head and eyes to the left. And up. And one last time. Knees left, head and eyes right. And up. And one last time. Knees right, head and eyes left. Inhale up. And as you're ready, come up to an upright position. And as you're ready, come up to a standing position. So say something out there, whoever it is I know. Hello from Charles. So who are you out there? Okay. Soles of your feet together. We're going to do this Tadasana series. Legs straight, knees unlocked. Chin is down for this. Ujjayi on the exhale and the inhale if your capacity allows. Inhale out to the side. Now. Interlace your fingers, stretch up. Exhale while you're here. Inhale while you're here. Exhale out to the side and down. Again, inhale off to the side and up. Interlace your fingers, palms up, stretch up. Exhale while you're here. Inhale while you're here. With your exhale, release. One last time. Inhale out and up. Interlace your fingers, stretch up. Exhale while you're here. Inhale while you're here. Exhale and release. All right. Shake your arms out. Next one. We're going to inhale out to the side and up. Interlace your fingers, stretch up. With your exhale, bring your hands down behind your head, keep the palms up. With your inhale up. Your exhale, release. Again, inhale out and up. Interlace your fingers, stretch up. With your exhale, down behind the head. With your inhale up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale out and up. Place your fingers, stretch up. Your exhale, hands down behind the head. Your inhale up. Exhale, release. Okay. Shake your arms out. All right. The next one. We're going to inhale out to the side and up. If you're ever so mindful of your capacity, fingers interlaced, stretch up. We're going to exhale, bend toward your left. Inhale up. And exhale, bend toward your right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale out to the side and up. Stretch up with your exhale, bend towards your left. Your inhale up. And exhale to the right. Your inhale up. Exhale and release. One last time. Inhale up. With your exhale to the left. Your inhale up. With your exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Shake your arms out. Okay. If you need to, shake your legs out. All right. The next one, you're going to inhale your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, turn toward your left. As you turn toward your left, bring your right hand across your chest and turning, looking back at your left hand. Inhale, come back. And then exhale, turning toward your right, bringing your left hand across your chest and looking back toward your right hand. And then inhale and come back, arms out to the side. And exhale, release. All right, that's the motion. So you're inhaling up. Exhale, turn to your left. Keep your feet flat. Turn to your capacity. Inhale, come back. Exhale, turn toward your right. Inhale, come back. And exhale, lower your arms. Somebody said something to me. Somebody said hello. Brandon Green! Okay, outstanding. All right, so let's continue. Inhale up. Exhale, turn toward your left. Looking back at the left hand. Inhaling, coming back. Exhaling, turning toward your right. Looking back at your right hand. Inhaling, coming back. And exhale, lower the arms. Shake your arms out. Okay? So we're doing numerous of our exercises today with this Tadasana series. All right? The next one we're going to do, you're going to inhale out to the side of overhead. Interlace your fingers, stretch up. You're going to turn toward your left and then look up towards your hands, keeping your arms up. Jump overhead. Inhale, come back, chin down. And turn toward your right. Look up towards your hands. Inhale, come back, chin down. And exhale, lower your arms. Inhale out to the side, no. Interlace your fingers, stretch up. With your exhale, turn toward your left, look up. With your inhale, come back, chin down. With your exhale, turn towards your right, look up. Inhale, come back, chin down. Exhale, release. Again, inhale out to the side, no. Interlace your fingers, stretch up. With your exhale, turn to your left and look up. Inhale, come back, chin down. And turn towards your right and look up. Inhale, come back, chin down. Exhale, release. Shake your arms out. Shake your legs out. All right. So now I'm going to have you do something. I'm going to have you to get a strap. If you're too far away to get a belt or something like this, and you're in your own house, then you can use your sock, the sock that you have on your foot, if you have socks on. So we're gonna keep this for later, but right now we're gonna do this what we call the Sonibua series. You want your feet parallel, hands on your waist. Keep your feet parallel, keep your legs straight so your knees are pulled up. Going to inhale, turn toward your left, arch back. Exhale out over the outstretched leg. Inhale, come up and come to the center and arch back. And exhale, top of the head toward the floor. And with your inhale, come up and turn toward your right and arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. With your inhale, come up and turn all the way around to your left and arch back. And with your exhale, out over the outstretched leg. With your inhale, come up and arch back. And when you do this, and you exhale forward, you can do it smoothly without any breaks in the breath, top of the head toward the floor. You're inhaling up and you're turning towards your right and arching back. And exhaling out over the outstretched leg. And inhaling up and turning to your right all the way around to your left and coming back, arching back and exhaling out over the outstretched left leg for the third time now. And then inhaling, coming up and coming to center and arching back all with that inhale. And exhale, top of the head toward the floor. With your inhale up and turn toward your right and arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. And inhale and come up to center. Okay? So we did 3 times, and we're gonna work this. All right? So now we're gonna have our arms to shoulder height. So be mindful, this is much more torque on the waist area than with the hands on the waist. So be mindful of your capacity. Going to inhale and turn to your left. Keep your knees pulled up. Exhale out over the outstretched leg. Inhale, come up. Try and keep your arms a straight line. Come to center and arch back. And exhale, top of the head toward the floor. And inhale up. And round to your right and arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. And inhale up and all the way around to the right. With that inhale to arch back. Or around to your left, pardon me. And exhale. And inhale and come up. And come to center and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up and around to your right and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up and all the way around to your left and arch back with that inhale. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. And inhale up and come to center and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up, turn to your right and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up and come to center and lower your arms. So that's 2. We've done those before. At least one of you has. Maybe the other person who's incognito, all right? So the next one, going to interlace your fingers behind your back, all right? So be mindful of the capacity. These different arm positions are going to affect torso and things in different ways, so be mindful. You're going to inhale and turn to your left and arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. And inhale and come up to center and arch back. And exhale, top of the head to the floor. With your inhale up and turn to your right and arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. With your inhale up and all the way around to your left and arch back. And exhale out over the straight. Inhale, come up and come to center and arch back. And exhale, top of the head toward the floor. With your inhale up and all the way around to your right and arch back. And exhale. With your inhale up and all the way around one more time to your left and arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. With your inhale, come up to center and arch back. I think that's 3, although we might have done 4, but whatever. And inhale up one last time to your right, arching back. And exhale. Do your inhale up and come to center. Release your arms. Now, some of you may need to shake your legs out. This might be challenging. You might need to shake your legs out. So bring your legs together, shake your legs out. And then when you're shaking them out, then spread them again, feet parallel. In truth, at any point during this sequence of things, like we just did 3 repetitions of that. If at repetition 2, your body had faded out, then stop, shake your legs out, and join in wherever you can. There's no force here. You're working within the limits of your own capacity. Next one, you're going to clasp your elbows behind your back. Okay? So you're going to inhale and turn to your left and arch back. And exhale out of the outstretched leg. With your inhale, come up into center and arch back. And exhale. top of the head toward the floor. And inhale up and to your right. Arch back. And exhale. Then inhale up and all the way around to your left and arch back simultaneously. In smooth motion, and exhale out over the outstretched leg. Inhale, come up and come to center. And arch back. And exhale, top of the head to the floor. And inhale up and turn to your right and arch back. Keep your knees pulled up. Exhale out over the outstretched leg. And inhale, come up and all the way around to your left. And arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. This is the last rep of this. Inhale, coming up to center and arching back. And exhaling, top of the head toward the floor. And inhaling, coming up to center and turning to your right and arching back. And exhaling out over the outstretched leg. And inhaling, coming up, coming to center. Okay? So now we mentioned this strap, or you can use a sock, okay? So I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn around and show you. You're actually, what you're trying to do is you're trying to clasping these, and you're trying to walk your hands toward each other, okay? And if you can't see that very well, I'll get down here like this and show you. Let me show you. You're trying to do this. Okay? So now some of you may be able to clasp your hands. If you can clasp your hands, fine. But if you can't clasp your hands, then this, okay? And you want to have your elbow right up in the air versus like this. But be mindful of the capacity, whatever it is that you do. Okay? So having shown you how to make that adjustment, your mission, should you choose to accept it with a sock, with a strap, whatever is handy, or if you can clasp your hands, fine. You're going to right elbow on top, clasp your belt. You're going to be very mindful of your capacity because it's going to be totally different on the back and the trunk than any of the arm positions prior. So be mindful. Going to inhale, turn towards your left, inhale back, exhale out over the outstretched leg. Inhale, come up and come to center and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up and turn to your right and arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. And inhale all the way around to your left and arch back. And exhale. Be mindful of your capacity. Be mindful what your arms have to say about this. Inhale up and come to center and arch back. Exhale. With your inhale up, coming up and turning to your right. Arching back, exhaling out over the outstretched leg. Inhale up, all the way around to your left. One last time, and arch back. And exhale. With your inhale up, and come to center. Arch back, and exhale. With your inhale up, and turn to your right. And exhale out of the outstretched leg. Inhale up and come to center. Okay? So your arms, shake your arms out. Your arms might be a little bit angry at you, your shoulders. Okay? If you need to, shake your legs out. All right? So we just did one side. We have to do the other side. Okay? So this side's harder for me, for whatever reason. All right? So we're going to change up here. All right? So going to inhale and turn to your right. And arch back. And exhale out over the outstretched leg. And inhale, come up and come to center. And exhale. And inhale, come up and turn all the way around to your left. And exhale out of the outstretched leg. And inhale up, turn all the way around to your right. Arch back. And exhale. With your inhale up and come to center. And exhale. With your inhale up, come all the way around to your left and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up, all the way around to your right. One last time. And arch back. And exhale. Your inhale up, and come to center and arch back. And exhale. Your inhale up, and all the way around to your left. One last time. And exhale. And inhale up, and come to center. And glory, hallelujah. You're saying, my arms and my shoulders are hollering and screaming. You haven't ever had me do that before. Your body's going, I'm going to get you for that. Shake your arms out. Need to shake your legs out. There's two more arm positions for this Swami Bua series. One, we won't do because most of us probably can't do that. but the other one we can. You're going to clasp your elbows over your head. And this, again, is more torque than with your arms out to your side on your waist, etc. So inhale, turn to your right. Let's keep it mixing it up here, arching back. Exhaling out over the outstretched right leg. With the inhale up, you come to center, arching back. And exhale. With your inhale up and to your left and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up and all the way around to your right and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up and come to center and arch back. And exhale. Your inhale up all the way around to your left and arch back. And exhale. And inhale up and all the way around to your right and arch back. And exhale out of the outstretched leg. Inhale up and come to center and arch back. And exhale. Inhale up and around to your left and arch back. And exhale. And inhale, come up and come to center. And release your arms. Bring your legs together. Shake your legs out. This has probably been, for some of us, depending on who's out there, much more strenuous. Now, again, we mentioned that there was one more. Some of you could do this on your own, this sequence, but the position is with your hands like this. Okay? And for most of us, getting our hands like that would be a challenge. So your hands are like this, you're turning them up the back, okay? So getting hands in that position would be a challenge. And when we do the live Zoom thing, I can see how we are. If I can see everybody can do that, then we'll do that position. Other than that, we're leaving that alone. But if you have the capacity out there to do that on your own, then you can add that into the sequence. So once your legs are shaken out, we're going to do a side stretch. We're going to inhale your right arm up, stretch up. Exhale, slide down your left side, breathe. Keep breathing. Be mindful of your capacity. Your feet are parallel. Next time you inhale, stretch out, come up, exhale over the arms. Okay, so this is not a triangle, this is a side stretch. Your feet are parallel. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, slide down your right side. Be mindful. Breathe. Next time you inhale, stretch out, come up, exhale over the arms. Okay, so we'll do triangle. So turn your left toes out Okay. Arms up the shoulder height. Got yourself into the pose. Be mindful of your capacity. We're going to be here for a little bit longer than we have been previously. So be mindful. If you reach your capacity before we call time, please do come up. Both legs are straight. Be mindful that we're going past our usual time. Next time you inhale, reach up, reach out, come up. Throw your arms. If you need to shake your legs out as a respite, do so. And then come into position on the other side for the triangle on the other side. Okay? So your right toes out, arms up shoulder height. Exhale out over into the pose on this side. Breathe. Be mindful of your capacity. We're going past our time. Next time you inhale, reach up, reach out, come up. Exhale, lower your arms. Bring your legs together, shake your legs out. So we're in that pose for about a minute. So that's longer than we have held that pose ever for most of you, if not all of you. We won't hold the revolving triangle that long because that's more challenging. But turn your left toes out. If you've been approaching the pose by walking your leg down, walking yourself down, do so. If you've been approaching it dynamically, then stretch up with your right arm across the center line of the body, over and down. Let your hand come down to wherever it's comfortable. The other hand's on your hip or up in the air. You're looking up toward the hand or toward the elbow. Your choice. Be mindful. Next time you inhale, start addressing, releasing the pose. Inhale, coming up, revolving around and walking yourself up. However your approach and release have been, to your capacity. Turn your right toes out. If you are walking yourself into the pose, then do so. If you're going in it dynamically, stretch across the center line of the body with the left arm, hand over and down wherever your capacity is, and the other hand on the hip or up in the air. Breathe. Next time you inhale, release. Bring your legs together, shake your legs out. And then just as a respite before we do the angle pose, let's just do a forward bend. Okay? So from the crown of your head, it's going to do it gently. Okay? You're just going to roll down. Your feet are separated. That makes it easier. Roll down. Your legs can be straight or not. Roll down to capacity. Wherever your body stops, stop there and breathe.
And you're going to inhale, roll up from the lowest part of your back. Just reversing the way you came into that forward bend. And
top of your head to the ceiling. Let your equilibrium be reestablished. And now we're going to do the angle pose. So your feet are hips width apart. If you have a mat, come to the front of your mat. Other than that, your feet are hips width apart. You're stepping back with your left foot, squaring up over your right leg, turning square, rotation your fingers behind your back. Inhaling, arching back, exhaling, out over the outstretched leg.
Into the angle pose on this side and breathe. This time you inhale. Come up.
Push back. And step up. Feet hip width apart. Step back with the right foot. Square up over the left. Inhale back. Exhale.
Breathe. Next time you inhale, come up.
Arch back. Exhale, release. Step up. Shake your legs out. Okay. So now we're going to come down to a couple of seated poses, a couple of backward bending poses, and start finishing up. So we're down to the floor, soles of the feet together. Clear the flesh underneath your hips and the clothes. Pull your heels in towards your groin. Wrap your hands on the top of the feet. Trunk erect. Spine long. Breathe through the stretch. Breathe through the places, the restrictions in your body where you feel restricted from stretching. Having your knees down. As our mind. Be mindful of your capacity. Again, it doesn't matter what the size of your limbs are. The flexibility is what's important. And then release. Legs out in front of you. Bounce them, rock them. Left heel into your groin. Left hand grabbing your foot. So we know this pose, or whatever variation you're using. Right hand on top. Pulling back on the top of the foot, spine long, chin down, breathe. Next time you inhale, come on. Exhale over the arms. Change legs. Okay. So clear the clothes and the flesh. Right hand grabbing the left foot. Left hand on top, pulling back on the top of the foot, spine long, chin down, breathe. Next time you inhale, stretch out, come up. Exhale over the arms. So we're going to do a spinal twist. However you're doing that, your right leg is the one that's up. Right leg up first. So inhale, free the space on the right side, twist, and come into whatever variation of that spinal twist your capacity is dictating. Release your head first, then your arms. And then change the leg you have on top. So your left leg is up now. Stretch up, free the space on the left side. Guide yourself into the pose to your capacity on this side. Release your head first, then your arms. Legs out in front of you. Bounce your knees. Rock your legs. All right. What we're going to do here now is grab the balls of both feet. Lean back on the balls of both feet. Clear the flesh underneath you by gently rock side to side once or twice. Spine long, chin down, breathe. Next time you inhale, come on. Exhale over the arms. So you're going to put your hands by your hips and you're just going to move your chest forward. Drop your head back and reversing that pose we just did with this particular move. So we're arching the trunk forward. Okay? And then release that. And then we're going to have you come on your belly. We're going to do half locust or full locust, if full locust is your capacity. If it's full locust, then you're just going to go ahead and do what you're going to do. If it's half locust, then you're following along with me. Your chin's on the floor, your hands are by your side, palms down. Keep your toes, point the toes on your left foot, keep your leg straight, inhale the leg up. Breathe. Exhale, lower the leg down. Relax it. If you did the full locust, then rest in the crocodile. For those of us who did the half locust, we're doing the other leg now. Inhale the right leg up. And exhale, lower the leg. And everybody's going to rest in the crocodile. Spread your feet. Hands in the crook of each elbow. Forehead on your forearms. And breathe. Watch the movement of your torso. Trunk rising and falling. Make a note about the mechanics of this breathing. You're forced in this position to breathe what? You're forced to engage your diaphragm. The same old sob story, but such an amazing awareness. So note the mechanics of what's happening and recognize that you want to be replicating that when you sit, stand, walk versus whatever it is that you're doing that's less than healthful. All right? So from there, roll over onto your back. If you have the capacity to do a half plow, then do a half plow. If like, nope, that's beyond me, Charles, then just bring your legs up in the air like this. If you're doing half plow, knock yourself out. Half plow, full plow. For those, maybe Brandon Green might be able to do that. Whatever, your feet are up in the air. Otherwise, if your feet are up in the air like this, then if you can get your big toes, get your big toes. If you can't get your big toes, put your hands on the back side of your calves, keep your legs straight, and just pull your legs toward your trunk, keeping your legs straight. That's all you want to do. Nothing else. And breathe. Just breathe. And everybody's going to release the legs, roll down, and come to a corpse pose. We're coming to the corpse pose. We're going to do some relaxation, and we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing. Again, of all the things that we teach you, this one truly is the most profound. It's the most subtle, but it's also the most profound. This work with the breath. Truly amazing. And the corpse pose there with your feet separated, shoulders down away from your ears. Palms facing the ceiling. I want you to take your awareness to your right arm. Keep your hand open and tense just your right arm. Keep breathing and release. I want you to take your awareness to your left arm. Keep your hand open. Tense just your left arm from fingertip to shoulder. Keep breathing. Tense and release. Note how the arms feel tense versus released. And then tense both arms. Keep breathing and release. Tense your right leg from toes to the hip. Keep breathing and release. Tense your left leg from toes to hip. Tensing, keep breathing and release. Note the difference between the tensed and the relaxed legs. And then tense both legs, toes to the hip. Keep breathing and release. Completely release all the tension you created in that large bank of muscles from toes to hip. Then tense your entire body from toes to nose, from fingertip to fingertip. And release the entire weight of your body to the surface you're laying on. Make a note about places that are resisting to releasing down toward the surface that you're laying on. Make a note. Where is it? Groin muscles, some gluteals, some side of the thigh, the back of the neck, the lower back, some shoulder. Make a note. And take your awareness then to the very top of your head as we're going to now travel through the body, releasing even more deeply into relaxation, even releasing even more deeply any tension that may be being held in the body. Your awareness to the muscles over the ears. Release any tightness if you find any. Let your awareness go to your forehead, your eyebrows, eyelids, your nose, your cheeks, your mouth. If the mouth is pursed, if it's tense, relax the lips. If your teeth are clenched, free the clenching. Down to your chin, the front of your neck, the sides of your neck, the back of your neck, releasing as you move along. The back of your neck out along top of the shoulders. Releasing down to the tips of the shoulders, to the upper arms, forearms, wrist, hands, fingers, fingertips. Fingertips back to the length of the arms to the shoulders, to your chest, abdomen, sides of the body from waist to armpits. At your back, at the level of the armpits, you're on the outside of the shoulder blades, so be mindful of any tension there. Across and between and around the shoulder blades, releasing any tension. Moving down the back, between the tips of the shoulder blades and the top of the pelvis, any tension in the muscles of the back in this area. Note your gluteals resting on the surface you're laying on. To the sides of the body here, to your hips, to your groin, your thighs, calves, ankles, feet, toes. Inhaling as though from soles to crown. Exhaling as though from crown to soles. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Keep your mind with the process. And now I want you to focus at the point between your eyebrows, visualizing a pale blue star. Pale blue star, and take that blue star and go to the pit of your throat. Visualizing it there. The tip of your right shoulder. The pit of the elbow. The wrist. Tip of the thumb. Index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Baby finger. The wrist again. The pit of the elbow. The tip of the shoulder. The pit of the throat again. Tip of the left shoulder. The pit of the elbow. The wrist. Tip of the thumb. Tip of the index. Tip of the middle finger. The ring finger. Baby finger. Wrist. Pit of the elbow. The tip of the shoulder. The pit of the throat again. The center of the chest at the level of the nipples, the heart center, recalling it. Pale blue star at the tip of the right nipple. The heart center. Tip of the left nipple. The heart center. The navel. The perineum, the base of the trunk. The right hip joint. The right knee. The ankle. Tip of the big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Baby toe. The ankle. The knee. The hip joint. The base of the trunk again. The left hip joint. The knee. The ankle. Tip of the big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Baby toe. The ankle. The knee. The hip joint. The base of the trunk again. The navel. The heart center. pit of the throat one last time. Point between the eyebrows. And exhale as though from crown down to soles. Inhale as though soles up to crown. After one or two more of those, then allow yourself a stretch and come to your most comfortable upright position for alternate nostril breathing. And if you are necessarily forced to use your hands to block your nostrils, and by that I mean if your awareness is not subtle enough to do this without your hands, then use your hands. But if you can do this without your hands, then you're exhaling and inhaling. So you're exhaling, inhaling out of one half of the body, and then exhaling, inhaling, so out of the other half of the body. You're using your imagination, but it's accomplishing the same thing as your hands. But whichever way you find to be most comfortable, do rounds of alternate nostril breathing. That's 3 on each side, and then 3 times through both nostrils, or through the entire body if you're using your body. I'll let you know when our time is up. All right. Remember now, we'll be doing this through Zoom. Our next session, we won't be on YouTube anymore. We're going to experiment with Zoom and see how that works. Again, you have to connect with the center to pay $5 per time to get the link to do the Zoom. So until next time, enjoy your evening. Namaste.